Uh, so I'm just letting everybody know that um, I'm gonna just simply do an update to celebrate the 6 month anniversary and the 100th live stream. So that's what I'm doing right now for the 100th live stream is updating you guys. Um, so honestly, I don't even know where to begin with this update. Um, but I want to first off honor 6 months of amazing live streaming, and of course, this is the 100th live stream video. Uh, and because it's short, I don't really expect anybody to be here, and I'm okay with that. Uh, I'm gonna keep it an update, and in the background, as you can see, I've got Final Fantasy 14 up because that was the very first game we streamed. I streamed, and I'm really glad I started with Final Fantasy 14. Um, so I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a backstory, some history, so you know what brought me here. So grab your cookies and get your milk, kiddos, and gather around for story time. Uh, so at the very end of September last year, 2022, a lot of things were going wrong inside my head and my cabeza, and my world was decomposing really bad once again, and every single person inside my head was falling apart. I struggle with something defined as DID, dissociative disorder, or MPD, um, multiple personality disorder. And that means that there's more than one person in my head. And our system, as they're called by some folks, has worked very hard to hide this because we want more than anything, honestly, more than anything, to be flippin' normal. And because these live streams are really important, we wanted very much to keep things very simple, um, keep it dedicated to the community that it is had growing around it. We wanted it safe for everybody who was passing through, or visiting, or choosing to stay. And really, most importantly, we were striving to keep it very, very, very professional. Um, Give me a moment. This is a hard update to get through. Um, as things continued falling apart more and more, I was one of the few people that could handle being around people, and I was one of the few people that were on what we consider the surface. And at that point, I felt really driven to find something for myself to focus on, and I wanted to try to achieve a goal I'd had since 2010, since I'd started cosplaying, since I'd started doing a bunch of stuff after the accident. I really wanted to live stream and to live stream video games and to be a live streamer and to share the games I loved with people, anybody and everybody. And I just wanted to share things that I thought were cool. Um, so the strength was gathered amongst us, and it was given to me to begin to learn how to live stream. And it was hard. Live streaming is hard. It was hard, but it gave me focus. It gave me something very special to work on, and it gave all of us a way to kind of resettle and find a safety net in learning how to live stream. Um, Honestly, because everything was shattering to pieces around us, and we were falling apart. Everybody up here was in the worst ways possible. But on September 28th, 2022, I fired up my first live stream on Twitch, and and I'm still using the Twitch live streaming service, which I think is great. And I use it because I find OBS, even though we used it prior for our DID stuff on YouTube, it's really complex and it breaks on me, and I get very frustrated with it. And I get less frustrated with Twitch, and I feel more motivated by Twitch, and I feel that things are easily accessible and better understandable at my fingertips. So for me, the Twitch live streaming service has been an absolute blessing. Um, wow, I'm rambling offside, but that's okay. I did not know. I mean, like in the long run, I had no clue how well uh the live streaming would be well received, would be welcome, would be enjoyed. People would return to it, make it part of their routine, their life, things that they enjoyed just taking in. Um, Justinian is one of the others in the headspace with me at the time. He was there when we did the first live stream, and we live streamed, of course, Final Fantasy, that again you see in the background. And we were showing off his chocobo that he dyed Snow White, and getting to see it go from the canary yellow, which is exceedingly pretty and very very appropriate chocobo. It's iconically chocobo. To that Snow White that matched his Snow White. Um, was so pretty. It was so pretty. It was just one more element about Final Fantasy XIV that reminded me of why I call it home, why it's been home for a long time. And so a white chocobo for a white rabbit, it's a little ironic. Um, and then after that, I kind of fell into a routine of my own personal adventures in Eorzea, i.e., Final Fantasy XIV, and the months seemed to fly by, but at the same time, they crawled by. They crawled by an exceedingly terrible and agonizing pace. And it was because gotta take a moment. It was because more people that we loved had passed away, were passing away, and it shook us hard. It shook the headspace really, really hard, and it made functioning and interacting really hard, especially with the now growing NPCs only community. It made it really rough to sometimes be able to put on that bright smile and really be like, yeah, you know, another day, we're gaming, we're live streaming, it's cool, it's all that. And but in that time, over the course of 6 months, some absolutely amazing, mind blowing things happened. A Discord was born that was dedicated to the YouTube, or the YouTube, primarily it went by the YouTube channel's name, which is NPCs Only Beyond This Point. So the Discord community became NPCs Only Beyond This Point. And they were a community that kind of built themselves around the live stream, which again, it still blew me away that it was so well received. And so it was it was born. The Discord was born. A YouTube channel blossomed, and my NPCs only YouTube had been quiet. It had been dead. It had been created in October of like 2015, 2016. And I was like, I was gonna do, I'd planned to live stream stuff with it originally there, but I didn't know how to make OBS work at the time, so that kind of gathered dust. So coming back and finding it and being able to go, oh my goodness, this is here, and we can put all the Twitch live streams on that, so they can still be there, so people can go and watch them and still enjoy them. That was a big deal. That was a huge deal because at the time I didn't know that you only have a week. Your videos only stay up a week on Twitch if you're not affiliate, and you get a little bit longer when you are affiliate. And I was pretty shaken when I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my videos. And so there was a scramble to try to find and figure out ways. It was a lot of learning technical behind the scenes. There was so much learning technical, and I dumb brain when it comes to technical. Um, but Justinian again, he was there, and Humbert was there, and they stepped up even in the middle of our personal turmoil, and we were trying hard to fast pace, figure out things like a Discord and oh my goodness, Discord. That's a whole technical beast all into itself. And then stuff with the YouTube, and then stuff with the Instagram, and stuff with Twitch or Twitter, and of course Twitch, and then Facebook. We ended up having to make a Facebook separate, a page separate from the normal page we have, because we didn't want that flooded with stuff for the live stream. Um, and again, it was just trying to keep it all professional, trying to keep our private lives very private, because those aren't professional. It's private. Um, and so there was this kind of there's so much that happened in those 6 months. It was amazing, and it was wonderful to watch all these things being breathed to life, or blossoming and growing and stuff like that. And media wise, I feel like I think I'd become far more active than Justinian had been when he was very active for several solid years. And he worked in the Instagram and the YouTube community, and occasionally on Facebook as well. And and then his world, like ours, shattered. And and last year it took so much. We we had a hard time. We had a hard time walking through the rubble and climbing out of the rubble and recovering from the fallout. We're still recovering. I mean, last 2 years where it takes to recover, and you still haven't recovered. Um, and at a point, I got to a point where I thought that we might lose Justinian to all the damage emotionally he had taken from his world, and all that he had loved, um, breaking apart. Um, and we don't handle loss well. And change is change is inevitable, and change shatters, very much like a glass mirror. Um, but in all of this, a lot of amazing things happened. I was blessed and am blessed with an amazing mod team who listened and cares. They observe and um uh and they look out for the community as much as I do. And honestly, because of having such a great mod team, in both the live streaming and in the Discord, I didn't have to worry about their actions and I didn't have to worry about their choices. I could just live stream and focus on what I needed to do to live stream, and to better myself as a live streamer. Um, in fact, oftentimes they'd educate me on things that were happening in chat because at the end of the day, guys, honestly, I'm not a professional. I've only been live streaming for 6 months. And it's been amazing 6 months, but I'm very new at this. I still feel myself as being having water behind the ears, being very green about all this. Um, but things change every 6 months. At least that's what it feels like right now. And we are here again at another crossroads. And honestly, part of me feels like my live streaming has rippled out and that it's affected people in maybe not the best of ways. Um, and maybe it came at a high price. And that's kind of hitting hard. That thought really hits hard. And we're dealing with a lot of things that are going wrong in our head again, and it's things like the the DID. There's some flipping, and that's not something you show on. That's not something that is controllable, and it's not something that I see as professional, and so it's not something I want to show on a live stream. I don't want it being public, that sort of thing, because it's scary to us not having control over something, and the randomness is terrifying. And I don't want to dump that on a community or a random person because it's not a game. It's not a party favor. It's not part of what this live stream has been about. This live stream has been about community, sport, safety, all that. I feel that those sort of things happening on a live stream doesn't make it safe anymore. And it's something we're working on. Sorry, it's a lot. Um, I know that if we're struggling with a lot of stuff in our head, that there's a lot of unseen struggles out there in our community. And I just want you guys to know that you're all still our family and our friends. And we are deeply honored. We're deeply honored that you guys could all make this journey with me, with us, and that we could get this far to mark out two very special things. One, live streaming for 6 months. That's a huge deal. And two, making 100 videos, 100 live streamed videos. That's also a huge milestone. So, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter if you see this later, don't forget you are cherished, loved, and appreciated. And I want to thank you all, my beloved NPCs only family. And come what may, and no, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's next for this live stream. I don't even know what tomorrow will bring. But I want to thank you all for supporting each other as much as you've supported me, if not more so. And thank you for supporting our community. And please remember, your health and your safeties come first. Always. Always, always, always. And guys, my dear programs, these games do not play themselves. And you know what? Come what may, I'll see you all on the next live stream.